Oh. Hi, everyone. Hi. I didn't know it was live yet. Hold on. We're trying to set up the camera.
Our apologies.
Great. Can we pull
and then we had
chair?
some thumbnail
I can grab
issues.
it.
Oh, here, let me bring. Is this going to be too tall?
No, do the shorter chair.
I don't mind standing.
So tall.
I can just lean against it.
Is it going to be too up high?
Okay, here we are.
Sorry, we're kind of a mess right now.
Yeah, we're trying to figure it out.
I
I think we got it.
We got it? We're just gonna wait a couple minutes for some people to jump on, but okay, I can see the comments.
There's a lot of highs.
Here.
Hi!
Hi from England. What time is it in England right now? I guess it depends on where in England. Hi from Sweden. Crystal, how are you feeling? I will answer that in just a minute. Wow.
Got a lot of people on.
Oh, I can't caught my favorite channel live. Okay, there's a lot. I can't even read them. Can you slow down the comments?
There's a way to put it in.
Oh, here, I can pop it out.
Pop out chat. But you can also put it on slower, like.
Oh, it's 8:33 p.m. Ooh.
Toggle times things?
No.
Hi from Guam.
Oh, no, that just shows everybody.
That's amazing. Hi, everyone. We usually don't do lives. We actually haven't done a live
If I
in
scroll up, I could kind
over
of
a year.
It's been a long
time. I want to do lives more because I love interacting with you guys and I love just all of your comments and all of your different things. So I will try to get to some of your questions. But for now, can you guys hear okay?
Yeah. How's the sound?
How's the sound?
Yeah, I can actually listen.
It's 9:34. Oh, he clicked out of it in New Zealand. I think they said PM.
Where you go? Is it behind?
Do you have your AirPods?
What'd you do?
Yeah, it's here.
We're just having technical difficulties.
Pop out. Here we
We're
go.
not used to doing live.
But how was the sound? You were going to check the sound.
Oh, well, I was going to have people say, can you guys hear okay?
Sound is good.
Sounds good.
Hey, sounds good.
Crystal, I love your energy.
Sounds good.
Not only can you see us, you can hear us as well.
Okay, good. Hi, everyone. So we have a couple of really big announcements. So I wanted to come on here live because I want to interact with all of you. And I told you like a week ago that we had a big announcement and then it was coming in the next couple days and then nothing came in the next couple days. I feel like that's been my life recently. Like I just plan for stuff and then, yeah. So in tomorrow's video that I'm putting up, you will see me talk about all of this a little bit more, but I wanted to get on here and tell you guys first because I didn't want to keep you waiting forever. So
we're excited too.
You guys ready for the big announcement? Do you think we've waited long enough?
Somebody already guessed it.
Oh, they already guessed it. Okay, our big announcement is that we are starting a podcast.
The first episode is, in fact, up.
Yes, the first episode is up, and the name of our podcast is Piece of Us Podcast. So obviously Crazy Pieces, so we just took the piece and it's a piece of all of us. And also all of you. So that's our second announcement is our website that we're doing. So Crazy Middles are doing a website too. They're not doing a podcast, but they're doing a website too. Theirs is going to be up really soon. So you guys will check that out. But ours is just crazypieces.com. It's not quite finished, which is why I didn't announce it last week because
it is a work in progress.
I thought it would be easier to build a website than it was. Like I've built websites in the past actually, and I've we've done apps and I'm pretty good with technology that way. But this website is taking me a lot longer to figure out because I used a different platform on the back end. So it's not done. There's probably some glitches in it, but I'm working on it. But why I want to announce it right now is because there's a tab on there called podcast. And with that, you guys can go on there, fill out a form if you want to be on our podcast. Or, and especially if you specialize in like trauma or parenting or I don't know, just you've gone through something and want to share your story, just whatever it is. If you want to be on the podcast, you can fill out the form and we can contact you from there. Or you can just fill out, like, so there's two things you can do to be a guest. Sorry, one of our lights just died. They're falling fast. It's okay.
That means that one's falling Dyson too.
Yeah, we have this other light I can bring in, but there should be some natural lighting, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Okay, Or you can just fill out if you do have a question or a topic that you want us to talk about and go more further into depth, if I can talk, on a podcast. You can submit that there too. So you don't have to submit just if you want to be on it. It can be other things too. So, and along with the podcast, kind of why we're doing that. So I feel like with YouTube videos, like we are doing our daily lives.
Quick question.
Oh,
I want to
questions.
answer.
Oh,
Is this podcast going to be on like Spotify or like those? So they will.
Yes.
The company we did it through said it will take like up to 24 hours to reach Spotify, so you'll actually be able to see it. So it may take a little bit longer to get on Spotify, but
it is going
it
to
should be up there.
It's going to be everywhere that podcasts are. So we'll be on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, even Alexa. You can listen to us from your Alexa.
As everybody's Alexa just goes off.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't say Alexa. Sorry, I gotta stop saying the word. Everyone's goes off.
Do not say the A word.
But it will be on all of those within the next like day or two. I know it just takes a little bit longer to distribute to all those, but it has been uploaded to their platforms. So why we wanted to do the podcast. So I feel like in YouTube videos, a lot of times, because we are doing our daily lives, and our days I feel like are just like, okay, like, and we're on to the next video or on to our next thing that we're doing and that kind of thing. And so we don't get to go a lot into like the parenting that goes on behind the scenes. We don't get to go into a lot of details on things that happen in videos, kind of the behind the scenes of what's going on.
We want to dive deep.
We want to spill the tea.
Grab too much fun.
That's too much. Too much.
And we lost everybody.
We lost the light and our chat broke.
Our chat broke.
Our chat broke?
It's still going.
Oh.
Oh,
I still
sorry,
see
it's
it.
back.
We're back. We're back.
You can tell we don't do lives right now.
Okay. That's not. Okay, I have to show you real quick. I'm going to grab the camera. Mark's standing in our background holding my camera light. I don't think that light's going to work, Mark. I appreciate that effort though. That
Yeah,
was
we gotta pan the podcast room. It looks really good. I think
Lighting is fine.
we did a
Is
good
the
job.
lighting fine? If we're fine, it don't
It's
look
not that
fine.
big a deal.
Okay.
It looks fine.
Okay. We'll be good. Joe says our lighting's good.
We're in the
so.
clear.
Crystal, you brighten up the room.
Oh, that's so nice. He said I brightened the room. And he laughs.
wrong.
I think he was being sarcastic, actually. Okay. So, anyways, we don't get to go like in depth on just how to run a large family and how to do all the different things.
Okay.
Yeah, that goes into it.
I think the other thing is some things have happened since we started doing YouTube that we couldn't really talk about in the vlog. It just, I don't know, there was no good way to talk about it. No, I don't know. Am I saying that right? So we want to be able to tell stories that haven't heard before and dive deeper into,
Yeah, just the
some
back end of things.
controversies and
But I want it to be more than that. I want the podcast to be about you and all of you out there, because I feel like you all have amazing stories. I mean, I get them in my email today.
A lot of them.
One of you made me cry today. Your email literally, and I won't obviously say anything about them because they were sharing their story with me, but they basically have some kids that have been through or have been diagnosed with autism, and the struggle and what they've been going through and how our videos have affected and helped them in their daily lives. And so I feel like I learned so much when I hear your stories. So I would love for you guys to come on the podcast and be able to share your stories and we can learn and grow from all of you too. So I just want it to be a piece of all of us. And I just, no pun intended. But I just want to share that with all of you and be more connected, because I really feel like connection, human connection, and just learning and growing from each other is so important. And even since my mom and Aunt Bonnie have been here all the time and working for us, I've heard stories and things that I didn't even remember from my childhood. And I feel like I'm learning so much from them. And I'm like, I want this to be all of us, because I do feel like there's something to learn from every single person out there. So, who can we be in the podcast? What?
Oh, I thought it said who's gonna be in the podcast.
Oh, who's going to be in the podcast? I think that's what it meant. So one of the comments, So on a regular basis, it'll be the three of us. Max is actually the one that has pushed us to start the podcast, though I've been wanting to do
This
it
is
for
his
years.
brainchild.
But he is the main one behind it. He has been streaming on Twitch, but he enjoys YouTube and podcast. I don't know. Just
The
this
podcast
world
setting is
more.
fun to me, but
Yeah. So yeah, it'll be regularly us, and then we'll have guests on.
we actually had we
And-
filmed one today with Alex and Savannah that will go up next week. Yeah,
And
I can't say
they
anything
tell
about it
you
yet.
some stuff in there. So next Tuesday, Alex and Savannah talk about some stuff that they've been
Yes,
going
we
through
do
on the
post every
back end.
Tuesday
Yes.
on the podcast, so
Every
once a week,
Tuesday.
every Tuesday.
And so our first video is up on there. Again, it's Piece of Us channel. I will link it.
So
in the
I'm
description
trying to
of
put
this.
the link in the chat. I don't know if that
Oh,
works.
it did. I can see the link that you put on there.
But I can like spam it a couple times,
Ooh,
and you
Max
could try
looks
to
good
get
in
it.
blue.
Thank
Abby.
you guys. I never wear blue.
I know. We're trying to
So I
get
put
him
it
out
a
of
couple
black and
times.
white.
If you caught it, you could copy and paste it. It's a little hard to find via YouTube search because it's a new channel, and so
Yeah.
just by nature, it's kind of
But
hard to
we've-
find.
As soon as the live is over, we will post a comment in the comment section because lives stay in there like your actual video, and we will pin that comment. So,
Yeah. So on our first one, we talk about our very first foster child and what we went through with that situation. But also, we give you the back end of what happened in one of our videos where we were supposed to adopt a baby and what actually happened in that
It's
that
a
we
good
couldn't
episode.
talk about then, but we can talk about now. So you just have to go watch it to figure out all of that. But okay, so yeah, crazypieces.com is where you can go to fill all that out.
Mark had a sticky
And-
note, but it didn't stick.
Oh, well, no, I have a couple more things. So the other thing we're going to be doing is Amazon Lives. So I'm really excited to be on the Amazon platform because they're amazing. And you guys know I order from Amazon all the time.
Way too
So Ariana and I are going to be doing a live very soon on there. And so you can come and see like all of our favorite things, all of that. I will have all that information on the Crazy Pieces website as we know our schedule on there, but come hang out with us on those lives. And that should be once a week. I think we're doing it every Thursday, but I'm not positive on that yet. So, and then there was one other thing I was going to say. Oh, Crazy Mom Hustle. A lot of you guys have been asking about Crazy Mom Hustle, the channel between Shelly and I. Yes, we are going to continue that. We love that. And I love being with Shelly, and we love sharing parenting and different things on there also. So we are just so crazy with the holidays and everything coming up really soon. We feel like our schedules are just crazy. Obviously, the holidays bring a lot, but we are going to be starting that back up in January. So January, expect videos on Crazy Mom Hustle.
Also, Hallie's channel.
Okay.
That's another thing
Oh,
we wanted to
Hallie's
talk
channel.
about.
Oh, did that come up in a question?
It came up in a question.
Her channel is
so
live.
Hallie's
She
channel is
has
live. It's called
3 or
Hallie Pettit.
4 videos now.
Yeah, so
That-
she did like an intro video, and then she's dropping some of her old videos on there. Oh, I'm good. Okay, I
They're
thought
holding
someone
up
was
sticky
saying something.
notes.
Okay. So with that, yeah, go check out Hallie's channel too. Her and Ariana have kind of gone different directions, so they decided to split their channel, or Hallie decided to split and start her own channel, and so I'm excited about that though because yeah, it's exciting. Okay, so let's get to a couple of your guys' questions.
Yeah, let's get a couple questions.
Okay.
We gotta watch first.
Let's go in here.
How do Amazon Lives work? Start there.
Okay, so
Oh.
Amazon.com/live. Amazon is launching, I guess it's their version of like the home
It's kind
shopping
of like an
network.
HSN or QVC
yeah.
kind of thing.
But it's for anybody. Anybody can go on and do a live, and basically you review products.
Well, no, not anyone can do a live. You have to be into their partner
You have to be in
program.
the program or whatnot. So,
But-
but anybody could sign up, right?
They have to have a channel or like a social following, and then Amazon. So basically, they've created it for influencers or for social media presence. And so with that, you have to get accepted into the program. But basically, you can go on there and just watch us live, but you can comment on there. You can be a part of things if you have questions about different things or different products. I want to do like baby parenting products or gifts that I'm getting my kids for Christmas this year. Though I don't think my kids are gonna watch it, otherwise that might give their gifts away. I need to
It could be
rethink how I do that.
problematic, yeah.
But basically, you can just come on there and hang out with us. But yeah, if you wanted to be and do lives on Amazon, I can help you out with that, or help you figure out how to do that. So,
One question was, how was Aurora's epilepsy?
how's the words? Epilepsy?
Yeah, it
doing?
flew by.
It's going really good actually. She's been
still
seizure
free for
2.5 years.
In May was this 2-year mark.
We actually need to call. We have the referral in and everything for her EEG, but we just need to call and get it all scheduled. So we should have that.
She's been off medication since January, so yeah.
Yeah, so she'll be a year seizure
off
medicine free.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So
really
yay!
good.
Way to go, Aurora.
Yeah, and she's
All right,
speaking more and
Here's
more
the next
every day.
question. Are you going to foster again? We answer this in the podcast if you'd like to go watch it.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug.
Wait, can I tell?
Now they
Okay,
gotta watch
this
it.
isn't in the podcast.
She got a phone call today.
No,
Or was
no,
it
no.
yesterday?
You know about that? I didn't even
I
tell
heard you take the phone call and you walked out of the room trying to hide it from me. Trying to hide it from me.
She's like, oh, a kid, as she walks out of the room.
No.
There's this
That's
baby.
actually not what I was going to talk about. No, we're not talking about that because I don't know any details. Okay, but one of our kids has, I guess it's their nephew, got put into foster care. And we are trying to find said kid. We can say that, right?
Sure.
Okay, that's all I can say about it because we don't have any, and it might not even work out, and it might not even be a thing.
Oh, we got a super
can't really
chat.
say. Thank you, Ira, Krish,
Krish?
Krish.
I have no
I should have
Love
my
Keep It
glasses
Crazy
on.
family, God bless, and one day I will adopt. Thanks. That's amazing.
Keep chasing that dream.
Yes.
Because it's amazing.
There's so many kids out there that need a great home, so that's amazing.
How can we be in the podcast? Like you said, if you go to our website, there's a podcast section, and you could go in there and you can like fill out a form, and we can either do like a Zoom call, or there's a couple different things we could do.
Be kind, guys. I'm gonna be the one going through this form and all of these submissions, and
Don't feel out like unless
Yes.
you really want to be in it.
there's comment section. There's other places to throw stuff. Try to
Spam.
keep it on point. You know, like this is what I'd like to see in the podcast.
Someone said, "How are you doing, Crystal?" I am doing good. I mean, I still have the hernia. Obviously, it's kind of sore. Like my stomach just feels like
What's the
I don't know,
website
sore
name?
sometimes. Crazypieces.com.
Yes.
But I did talk to the doctor. So here's the thing. I actually need a call today. They can get me in for surgery November 22nd, but I worry about doing a surgery November 22nd because it's 3 days before Thanksgiving. Not that I'm surrounded by so many supportive people, and I know that all of you guys could pick up the slack and make sure that you do a lot of the cooking anyways, but make sure that everything is put together for Thanksgiving. But then part of me is like, am I not going to be feeling good? Am I just going to sleep through all of Thanksgiving? Should I push it to January and make it through the holidays? So it's something that I'm just going back and forth with. And even to the doctor, I've kind of been like,
But there's something coming in January.
but then,
Wait, some people
no,
are
we
asking
can't
what the
say about
name,
I'm not saying anything
name of the podcast.
other than there's something
oh,
coming in
Piece
January.
of Us podcast.
Yeah, so it's
is
called
the-
Piece of Us Podcast.
yeah. Okay, I have a question. What age did you give your kids a phone? Oh my gosh, it was kind of different for each
different for
kid.
each.
I feel like there's no like certain age to give a kid a phone. I feel like when you feel like they're mature and ready and able to handle it, I do highly recommend getting some kind of software, some kind of something to monitor things because there can be some really dangerous and bad things that they can do through phones. We use Circle on our side. So it does block like explicit sites, those kind of things, and you can put different bedtimes and I don't know, all of that stuff in there. So we use Circle, but I would say around like 12 was like, well, 10 to 12 was kind of the age that we start.
Logan
Though
got his
Brody's
at,
9.
I was like, Brody got his at 9.
I think
it's all independent.
Yeah, it's
And
really.
here's the thing: you may get your kid a phone, and it may not work out, and so maybe they just need to wait a couple more years. The
Yeah.
phone's not going anywhere. Just
Some of our kids have lost phones for a little bit. and then they learn and they grow and they mature and then they're ready for phones, so it just depends
Absolutely.
on the age.
When is Crystal
Starting her real estate job. Okay, so I am going to be opening my real estate license very, very soon, probably in January. I just kind of want to make it through the holiday season because I feel like, there's just been
We have a hectic holiday
so much
season.
going on. I do have to
It does
go
get pretty hectic.
back to real estate school because I've had my license closed for so long. So it's a 2-week school, so it's not anything like crazy.
And Aaron's going to be joining us.
But I do. You are?
I am.
You said you didn't want to.
I have changed my mind. and
I'm
I want
learning
to.
stuff on this today too. Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Oh, that'd be fun to do
I
together.
think that'd be great.
Oh.
We work so well together. I
Me
think
too. Okay, Aaron's getting his real estate license too. I didn't know that.
Joe,
That's
can
cool.
you post the link to the podcast in the? Sorry,
Yeah,
Joe's
Joe's
on
gonna-
the Crazy Pieces account.
Please, will you discuss? Oh, will you discuss parenting a child with ADHD and autism on the podcast? Yes.
Absolutely.
That is a topic we are going to go into. So we do have a couple of our kids who have ADHD, and he has a niece who has autism. And so I would love, I don't know if she will. I don't know. My sister-in-law is like the most knowledgeable person when it comes to autism. So I'm going to try to get her on it, and she can give you information that even every day she comes over, I'm like, or every time she comes over, I really question her, like, okay, how would you do this, blah, 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 because she's so great with this. So definitely we will have some on that specialize in that. Another super chat from Maria Garcia. Hi from Virginia. Love your family. God bless you.
Hello, Virginia.
Hi, Virginia.
Well,
when
the
we went
state,
to-
yeah.
Oh yeah. When we went to Atlanta, so I know in the video I was like, oh, the flight nightmare kind of thing. And something that I didn't get to talk about in that video is I was so thankful that that flight got canceled because we were able to explore and just go around Atlanta and do the Segway tours and all of that. And
I want to go to Atlanta to take that Segway tour
Oh
because
my
I watched the
gosh.
footage of it and that was really cool.
And Ariana and I just talked about it all the way and just the history and all of the stuff that she was just soaking it in and asking questions. And it was so, so special just to be in that environment. I don't know. So we loved that. But definitely want to visit some other places too.
Super chat.
Linda
no message,
James.
but no message.
PT. Thank you for the super chat, Linda. Hi.
Should be wearing my glasses. I would read them, but I can't.
Any advice for someone starting a YouTube channel? So we do talk about that in our second podcast, some of the difficulties of having a channel. But I feel like the one advice I would give with that is to be yourself. There's a lot of times when it can become really difficult and you getting comments and everyone has an opinion on everything you're doing. But I think if you stay true to yourself, that's really what matters. So
I agree.
that would be my biggest advice with starting a YouTube channel. Also be consistent with posting and that kind of thing. I know I didn't post today, that's why I'm doing a live, but we try our best. Some days get crazy. Okay, Tori Silver, thank you for the super chat. Hi guys, do you ever have private conversations with viewers? How would I go about it? Recently adopted my 2 daughters, would love to pick your brains. Yes.
So I'd like to comment on this.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a cell phone that we got with a cell phone number for Crazy Pieces. And I apologize, I got busy and I haven't been able to check voicemails on there regularly, but I have started again. So if you've tried that number recently, you might have been able to leave a voicemail. And if you leave a voicemail,
But I feel like that phone was just like, like there was call after call that I couldn't like, it's too hard to like have that.
there was a lot of
private
crank
conversation
calls
like
to
I was
that
hoping
as well,
with
and
it.
filled up the inbox. So it's kind of tough, but we're trying.
Yeah.
Because we love talking to you guys. We love hearing your stories, and we want to hear more of them. And
Maybe,
so,
okay, this is what I'm going to do. On our website.
what if we answer that phone for like 5 minutes in our podcast?
Well, maybe not even on the podcast. Like if you do want to have a private conversation.
Or that too, yeah.
Especially if you've adopted and those kind of things, because I know sometimes it can feel really difficult with foster care, adoption, those kind of things. Those kids are going through trauma. They're going through a lot. There's a lot of behaviors, a lot of stuff that you're going to be doing on the back end. I know we make it look so easy. I feel like our videos sometimes don't portray everything, just because we can't, because of the privacy of our kids, show the back end of what's going on in a lot of situations. So I would love to have some private conversations if you're going through some kind of struggle or some kind of something with that. So it's not on there right now, but on our website on thecrazypieces.com, I will create a tab, probably under the contact us page. I will put a form on there that if you want to have a private conversation with Aaron or I, or even one of the kids that you feel like you could relate to, or you feel like could help you in some kind of way, you can fill out that form and submit it, and then hopefully we'll get back with you. Hopefully there's not a lot that want to like, so that I can actually get back to everybody. So I'll only fill the private one out if like you actually want to.
I don't want to jinx you, but there is some times where Crystal will get a phone call on, I think it's Instagram, and she'll just answer it randomly and like shock somebody.
That, though. I know.
I was gonna just.
No, sometimes people, yeah. Or they'll do Facebook Messenger, and all of a sudden it'll be like a video call coming through on my phone, and I'm like, click, and then I'm like, hey! And people usually just sit there shocked that I answered, but...
It's the be real.
You know, it's the be real of time. But I love that. I love having conversation with all of you and all of that, so, yeah. Another super chat. You guys are amazing from Chrissy. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Chrissy.
Let me show you another one.
What is the podcast name? Yeah.
Oh, can I do a podcast?
Piece of Us podcast.
Chloe said, "Can I do a podcast on mental health, please?"
Yes.
Yes. Even Joe in the background's like, yes. He's sitting over there. We would love to do more on mental health. I think mental health is something that's so important, but I feel like there's so much. So yes, go on there, fill out that form if you want to be on the podcast. And if you have some information that'll help any of us, I would love that. I also have a trauma therapist that I've been working with for years. Years and years when I first started foster care, I started working with him. But I'm trying to get him on the podcast because he has impacted my life so much and just really helped me out with that. Jasmine Ray sending love all the way from Hawaii. We want to come to Hawaii so bad.
That is the top of my bucket list places.
I know.
Like,
Yes.
top of my bucket.
Joe too.
Now, don't get me wrong, Fiji is still at the top, and we're
gonna go to
on
Fiji
that.
soon,
Promise.
but not yet. We still have to book everything. But I know not enough Nelsons got a house in Hawaii or bought a property in Hawaii.
Really?
And last time I was talking to her, she was like, yeah, like it's literally heaven on earth. Like it's where I want to live and be. And I was like,
Did you get Airbnb?
now I gotta go. Well, they haven't built it yet.
Oh.
They just built, or they just, they just
I'll
did
pitch
the
a
property.
tent in Hawaii. Let's do it.
Yeah. Oh, something we didn't do at Halloween that everyone's like, you announced there was something fun for Halloween. Not enough Nelsons had invited us to their Halloween party.
We really wanted to go.
Oh my gosh, I love them so much. And Crazy Middles, and we were all gonna drive up together and go to that. But we ended up having so much stuff go on that we didn't end up going, but we love them. And yeah.
Super chat.
Super chat, Aaron Lyon, thank you so much. All right, any other questions before we end this out?
Question. I see questions.
I would love to know how you experience facilitating contact with birth parents. I have custody of my niece. Contact is hard. This
It is
from-
difficult.
Oh my gosh.
And
It's really difficult. So here's the thing that I would recommend is, we're very open and honest with our kids when it comes to birth family, and even when it comes to our fears with birth families. So it's not normally fears like, oh, you're gonna love them more, you're gonna like, it's not like that kind of fear I'm talking about. There are some of the kids that have had very toxic pasts and just in toxic situations, and so it's more fears of getting sucked back into that and affecting their mental health. So I feel like if it's going to affect mental health, that you need to figure out as a parent what is right and what is not with contact. I think it's even harder when it is family because that's a niece, and so it's a whole other tricky situation. But I would love to give you some advice and kind of go further into that. So I will do that coming up. Another super chat from All Hawks? Okay. Advice for moms who recently retired. I feel so helpless that I can't help my mom. I live on my own. She adopted me and my sister, so I want to repay it back. Love the content and passion. So,
Oh, that's cool.
There's-
Keep it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't understand the question. Advice for moms who recently retired. Like, did her mom retire?
No, I think she retired and she's wanting to now take care of her. Or maybe.
No, because she said I live on my own.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I think your mom retired, if I understood that correctly.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is to just visit often. And I think just let her know that you're there for her and that how much it meant to you and everything that, you know, she did for you growing up and all of that. I know it means the world to me when the kids show up and just give me a hug and say, I was thinking about you.
From the
Okay.
parent's perspective of somebody adopting, I don't try not to think of it in a payback mentality, because I don't think it's something A, that needs to be paid back, and B, I don't think there's something that you can do that's going to make that. I don't think that's the right context. I would say just be in touch, like Crystal was saying. You know, call her, go visit her as much as you can, and yeah.
You have them turn off their music.
Yeah.
Sorry, our boys are playing the music and
Building.
they're building a little basketball hoop on the back patio.
Crystal, how's your knee for the kayak trip?
How's my what?
Me from the kayak trip.
Oh, my knee is good.
We never
sometimes-
found the GoPro.
I know, the GoPro's in the bottom of a river somewhere, guys.
Rest-
That footage is probably so funny.
Rest in peace, GoPro.
Yeah, RQ GoPro. But my knee still kind of bothers me sometimes if I bump it a certain way. All of a sudden it'll hurt. But like on a day-to-day basis, I'm good. Like, I think I'm fine. But wait, I wanted to go back to the one that, oh, and another super chat. Thank you, roller coaster fan. I love roller coasters. Actually, I don't love roller coasters. That's my kids love roller coasters. But as far as just showing up and yeah, knowing that they care. If you are the one that retired, reach out to your kids often, because I feel like sometimes relationships go both ways, but for the kids who've moved out, I think it's just important that I reach out and let them know that I'm thinking of them. I'll send them a quick text like, hey, thought of you today. I just got Ariana this candy that we used to eat together when she was little. Like, it's just little things and those little details that mean the most to parents on both sides. So
Were you able to post
okay.
I think Joe pinned a comment at
He
the
did-
very
he did.
top.
Oh, he didn't.
And it has the link to the podcast channel.
That's
So
cool. You can pin stuff.
I didn't know you could do it in the
Figuring
live
this out.
chat. I thought you could only do it once you actually.
Oh.
But yeah, there you go.
All right.
Another
It's been
question.
so fun hanging out with you guys.
I'm enjoying this. Why stop?
Why stop? Because we can't talk forever. I'm just kidding. Because the kids are going to be walking in from school
Oh yeah.
Any
that's
minute.
true.
any minute. It's going to get really loud in the next 5 minutes.
It's a temporary loudness.
We love it.
Super chat.
Okay, this, y'all should create a group for subscribers who have adopted. That's
Who
a
are
great
adopted.
Who are adopted.
I like
That's
that
a great idea. That's a really great idea.
Like
I
a-
love that.
Like a Facebook type group.
We could do a Facebook group.
That could work.
Yeah. I think I can create a group on the website. I'll look at it. We'll figure that out. Great
More to
idea.
come on that.
I
like
love that.
What
Crystal,
time
will
is
you
it
have,
there? It is
Hallie on-
2:06.
yeah. Crystal, we have Hallie on and have her talk about how she's been dealing with depression and how she works through it and what she does to work through it. Yes. I would love to have Hallie on the podcast talking about her journey with mental health, because she has a lot of good, really great coping skills. And she's just like anybody. We all go through our ups and downs. We have our hard times. But I feel like, and maybe even
I think
on
the
her
puppies really
channel,
helped.
the puppies helped a lot. And a lot with Bella. Like, they just love their puppies. I mean, it really is a man's best friend, I think is what they call it. Huge for mental health. We're trying to convince Joe to get one too.
We almost got Joe one.
We almost got him one.
Tempted.
Christmas
They were all
present.
gone.
Joe's tempted.
Joe's tempted, he said. I talked about the surgery. Might be November 22nd, but we don't know if we're going to push the surgery or not at this point. So, Sandra Smith, thank you for the super chat. When will the podcast come on Spotify? It should be on there tomorrow. If not, yeah, in the next day or two.
Please bear with us, guys. We are new to the whole podcast thing, and it's new technologies, new platforms. We are trying to figure it out as quickly as possible. If you see something that's off, please let us know somehow.
Yes. What was that super chat? Or we already saw that? Okay. All right. Well, we are going to go ahead and end it because the kids are going to walk in any minute from school. But thank you guys so much.
Thank you for hanging out with us.
We can really say we hang out today.
This is
Wow.
awesome. I love it.
So we will do more lives because I do love lives, and that live chat with all of you I think is so fun. So thank you guys so much, and we will see you tomorrow for what video do I have coming up tomorrow? I think so. I have a couple videos that are filmed that are being edited, but a patio makeover I've done, and I did Ariana's living room makeover. So those are the next couple of videos coming out. And then you will hear me talk about the podcast in tomorrow's video a little bit more and kind of see behind the scenes. But all right, well, we will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
I love you guys.
Love you.